into tossing at the rabbi said, no, there, Hano. 90 things, I want to be close in, I know. And then crying. Now, Malo Gusto Crown, I want to say, like, Malo Gusto, what is all this? Champions League, Allianz Arena, one back pass. One back pass. Look at where he was standing, almost around the center line. Fuck or throw. You can't. Oh, you're at the ankle point. Hey, then cry. Today was supposed to be all about you. Last week he was here. Oh, whether in the kitchen, whether in the wardrobe. If you had a come on back pass. I said also, take your time. Ken will not score. Came to me, say, your penalty on to me. Say. Leave him, let him go. Anyone could channel a penalty. Fala. Taloban so clever now. Yeah, bro. No. But it's early days yet. So we are not going to, what do you call it, droll over it, cry over spill make, etc. We're not going to do that. It's early days yet. We still have hope. And we have a fine opportunity to bring back the joy, bring back the love today at the Old Trafford. At the Old Trafford. Manchester United versus Chelsea. I woke up this morning and I went to check Chelsea's Facebook page to see which player are they going to use for the official flyer in the game against Manchester United. And they gave us a half face. A half face. The comeback. Starboy Garnacho. Man, a half face here. I know they have to Man United versus Chelsea. Half face. Killer Lumi. Charlie, it's going to be fun. I think it's really going to be fun. The Champions League was fun, but this weekend is going to be more fun. Man United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. And then on Sunday, Arsenal versus Manchester City. It's going to be fun. Achu is here and Bill is here. Bill, good to have you, man. You good?
I'm good, bro.
Sharp. Charlie, I did inside. You didn't see that?
Long time.
Not bad, man. Yeah. Allianz Arena, Charlie, get over it very soon.
I wasn't expecting Chelsea to win.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Chelsea to win.
This drop you can't play.
What are you expecting? Practically, that's the truth. I wasn't expecting Chelsea to win.
We're tired, though. We're tired. The boys were tired. The boys were tired. Oh, but it's true. Government for they had to fight back. They were tired.
These guys, they fit defend everything.
They were tired. Cannot cry.
One among cannot cry.
They were tired. Look at what Bayern Munich did before the game. 6-0. Fala.
Yeah.
Pass. When Johnny we has a hurricane.
So, make a busy. Yeah. So if United will score you this weekend, would it be the same tiders?
Say what?
As we score you.
But United 1 week, what have they played? They've been training.
Sure.
That is why if they don't score us, I'll be surprised. All they've been doing is wake up, go for training, come back, go for training, come back. They are not serious. Did you see midweek? Did you see them play?
No.
Their coach said he's going to organize some friendly games.
With you, I was just surprised about it.
So if United doesn't score Chelsea, team, Basa. So if they score us, we're tired.
Hey! Tired FC.
No, we're tired. No. You are playing against a team
you see, you're confused.
that has rested for the whole week.
Yeah, you have a point on that.
Exactly.
That's the truth.
Kopama just came from injury. Look at he's trying to catch up.
Traveling all the way to Germany, coming back practically the whole week training, I think, in terms of...
Kaolise, Kukurela running all around. Charlie Caicedo all over the place. They were sleeping while we were playing the football.
I think Amorim can't also fail to not to win this game.
Who?
Amorim.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there is a huge history now between United and Chelsea at Old Trafford. The last time we lost, there was...
Charlie, Bill, coach no Wasao.
Coach no there, Charlie.
Wasao,
Fine.
It's not Chelsea that come to use to redeem yourself. We don't do that.
But we need that win to uplift the spirit of the dressing room.
Tell me, which one is we?
What champions? Charlie, what champions? It's a good win.
Yeah, I told you.
If United make this win, it's a good win against Chelsea. I'm telling you. It's much needed win for the squad to just uplift themselves.
Oh, yeah. How there is United.
For score you. For score you.
Amorim wants to save his job and he's hoping that Charlie forgets it.
You see how confused you are?
Oh, there's no confusion.
Wait, so what is the official line for that defeat? Because initially then you said, your opening line in the intro. You said, Tosin Adarabioyo, 19.
Yeah, you moved close your legs.
Then you moved to Caicedo.
What was the problem?
Then you moved to Malo Gusto. Now you are saying it's fatigue. Make up your mind.
When a person is tired, their decision-making is often affected. And you saw that. Malo Gusto was clearly tired. Played the ball out for throw, back pass. Kane scores. Caicedo, what do? Let Kane go. He won't score. But, adrenaline, he's tired.
So the tiredness
easy decision. Affected their decision-making.
But the kid who's even coming from injury and should not have much rhythm or sharpness. He's the one who scored over the weekend. And then on Tuesday as well.
That's why we are calling out those who did not turn up on the day. Someone who's coming from injury.
So the fatigue affected some people and not some.
I mean, clearly you could tell. So, but anyway, Charlie, congratulations to Bayern Munich.
I just love the fact he's trying to create a reason for that. But practical, I think inexperience exposed you guys. That's the truth.
Just ball being a Bayern Munich boy, I just humble.
We didn't talk about Champions League.
Ball being a Bayern Munich boy.
Champions League.
Zach.
It be a boy. It be the Champions League.
But it be ball. See, make I tell you something. Newcastle vs Barca. Barca won the game. He said Barca win the game. Then played Newcastle.
Sure.
After the game, Anthony Gordon even made the point. He said they've never played against a team that holds the ball this much. They've played City, Arsenal, Chelsea, but they've never played a team that played the kind of football the Barca played.
And that's the inexperience of Newcastle in the Champions League.
Well, you can say inexperience, but we all knew how Newcastle have improved in
what has Newcastle
I'm talking about what that you have. So are they well vested or probably well experienced in the Champions League? In that
somebody has gone to the world and conquered the world. Usually is experience. He's conquered the world.
Charlie, what Champions League be different competition?
You know, Bill. I don't want to get too extreme to say that what you're saying is not out of place. Yes. Someone like Moika said, actually, let me just make this one that you're coming, okay? Someone like Moika said was playing the Champions League for the first time. All right?
Sure.
This is the first ever Champions League football he's playing. Because Cole Palmer has featured in it, but he has not had a consistent run in the Champions League. So your point of experience is valid. All right? I'm not disputing that.
Okay.
But I'm also telling you, submitting to you that, what being a Bayern Munich boy, kind of credit.
And experience. Sometimes you don't have
to suggesting that,
find ways to
are you suggesting that these boys, despite the 3-1 defeat, actually you watched it?
Let me answer you.
Yeah, answer me. Let me just make the point, ask the question clearly. We are not disputing, say, score only a 3-1.
Yeah.
We understand, we accept.
Okay.
We are not disputing that our boys have not played.
But you've asked the question and you're answering the question.
Oh, I'm setting the premise. What I say? So please, it's either you pass somewhere else. Don't pass me. All right? I'm not disputing that the scoreline is 3-1. I'm not disputing that the boys are not inexperienced in the Champions League. I'm not disputing that. You can also not dispute the fact that these boys, what I say, some of them are coming from injury, they gave their best. But what I want you to respond to is that, can you legitimately say that these boys didn't compete? They didn't compete Bayern Munich boot for boot in this game.
They did.
That's the point I'm making.
They did. For that one, I have to just concord it.
The long and short is that Chelsea, they're no rich. Chelsea, they're no rich.
Well,
and you know the biggest sign of disrespect, is for a coach to show up with a strategy he has never tested before against any opponent and choose you as the lab rats for his experiments. And say that today, on match day 1 of the league phase of the Champions League, these guys, because I know they pet them, I am coming to experiment with my ideas.
Actually,
look, what Bayern did, what company did, it was crazy. The number of risks that they took in that game, at a point, I was running commentary and I was wondering, is it that they have no regard for Chelsea or they believe that those spaces are there, but Chelsea are not capable of punishing them? We often see Harry Kane drop very deep, in games, from Spurs to now Bayern, even in England. But never before have we seen him drop as deep as into the penalty box of Bayern, on the edge of the penalty box of Bayern, all game to receive the ball and begin the distribution. And it wasn't just him. Bayern were essentially starting their build-up with 2, Harry Kane and Serge Gnabry. And anyone who watched the game could testify to this, that they would drop as deep as the D of the Bayern penalty box. And rather, Konrad Laimer, the right back, the midfielder who's now deputizer, in fact, he played as right back and left back because later on, when the left back got injured, he was moved and then Sacha Boy came to right. Konrad Laimer rather would move further up the pitch and occupy the center forward position. When they moved into the second and third phases, Bayern pushed up and moved their chips in midfield so high up the pitch that you were wondering, at what point do Chelsea pick the ball off them and find that pass? And the answer to all of this was simple. They knew that Caicedo is at best a decent passer. In those eye-of-the-needle passes, that he can just take the ball on the turn and then with a side foot pass, find teammates in those channels. He's not capable. Rather, the very obvious ones where João Pedro will receive it from deep and has so much ground to cover. So you realize that Every time João Pedro had the ball, he would take 2 or 3 touches, dribble 1 or 2 players, and he gets fouled. And he will still not be anywhere near the Bayern box.
So because they were happy
to allow João Pedro that much space. What's his name? Caicedo, that much space. And on a few occasions, Cole Palmer, but especially Pedro Neto, that they would receive the ball in areas where Bayern knew they could not hurt them.
So are you submitting that Chelsea was completely lost in this game? Is that what you're submitting?
They're no reach.
Can I also defend my instance of saying...
Again, this is the... Look, that strategy that Bayern tried, if they try it against even Man City, City destroyed them. Because even in the Bundesliga, the Bundesliga, because the quality of opposition that they face is not on the same level, that is where you could do that kind of experiment. But this is supposed to be the world champions. And I think it's a learning curve for Enzo Maresca himself. And he will take a lot from this particular game because there were moments where it looked like Chelsea were very competitive. There were moments where it looked like they had managed to box Bayern into very risky situations, but Bayern will still just pass out of the press. And there were times I would just be thinking, if they're not able to pull off this pressing scheme and Chelsea just play the ball through them, they are in danger. But time and time and again, if there was one moment where Bayern genuinely looked to be in trouble, it was the one chance that Enzo Fernandez had. If he puts that chance away, and again, he no reach, because put Cole Palmer in that position, he scores. Put any elite midfielder in that position, they score. They don't even attempt to take a touch because ultimately it is those decisions and the ability to get it right time and time and again, 9 chances out of 10, is what separates the elite performers like his own Cole Palmer from he himself.
Let me bring Bill in. Bill, what have you got to say?
On my part, I think Chelsea competed, highly competed against Bayern. You know, as we see Bayern, they have a huge weakness in their setup, especially the defense. That's why you have Lama, who's a natural DM. That kind of DM that they are very efficient off the ball, but he's slotted at the right back. They are now trying to establish a centre-back pairing between Upamecano and this guy from Leverkusen, Jonathan Tah. Because last season was Kim Min-jae and Upamecano in that kind of range. Even at the left side, there is a new guy, Stanisic, deployed over there. So the defense has a weakness over there. Now, to me, I think Chelsea created some spaces and created some decent chances. If Chelsea were actually a bit clinical with some few chances they got, the scoreline would be different entirely for me. Practically, look at how the first goal came. It was an own goal. If you go to Allianz Arena, then you concede from your own player. If the experience is not there, one way or the other, spirit comes down. So to me, Chelsea competed, but inexperience of most of the materials they have at their disposal or the squad actually exposed them to this very game. Sometimes you just don't have to play good, but you find ways to win games, and that's what Bayern did. They didn't actually play so good as a team or as a unit, but they had to find ways to win the game. I think this would be my take on that.
I think the point about inexperience is very valid because even for the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez has not played the Champions League before. Thiago Chalobah, I'm not sure if he had a stint in previous editions when Chelsea played there. I cannot quite recall. Cucurella likewise. I mean, Reece James, of course, he's won the Champions League, was there when we won the Champions last time. Malo Gusto also. This is probably, I'm sure, his first time in the Champions League. You get to the midfield, Caicedo's first, never played Champions League with Brighton. João Pedro out front, never played Champions League with Brighton. So, yeah, I mean, relatively, your point is very valid.
I think...
But I think if you look at what they did in the Club World Cup, someone will expect that they would have learnt a lot from that. And look, if you're competing in the Champions, of course, if you want to talk of it, if you want to talk about the Premier League, even, to some extent they've picked up some experience, but it cannot translate into the UEFA Champions League. And I think even the point about the Club World Cup, they can learn some lessons from it because of some of the teams they face. You know, Champions League level teams that they faced. But of course, some of the opponents are not opponents that you say that whatever you learn from them, you can replicate in the Champions League, because we all admit that the Champions League is a different ball game together. But still talking about the Champions League, one player who stood out also, that was on Thursday, I believe, right? Thursday, Barca played their game, was Marcus Rashford. And I think it was exceptional because you look at his journey, he forced his move to Barcelona. And when a player does that, it tells you that he really wants to make a point at the very highest level. It's like, give me the biggest stage and let me show what I'm capable of doing. He was at Manchester United. He struggled, went to Aston Villa. He showed glimpses of what he's capable of doing. And ordinarily, everybody was thinking, why don't you go to some Bayern Leverkusen, no disrespect to Bayern Leverkusen, but some, mid-table team and just try and rediscover yourself. He was asking for Barcelona. He pushed for it. He got it. And at the very highest level, in the first game of the Champions League, he's the one who gave Barcelona the win, even with all the stars they had in the team in that game. Lewandowski played, Rafinha played, but it was Marcus Rashford, man of the match. Look, I think that is good.
Why is anyone
confidence?
It's good. In fact, I was surprised by the 2 goals that he scored. Rashford is not known for scoring headers, not least attacking them in the manner that he did for this one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he is not able to anticipate where that chance will drop to be there and then apply the right technique. So I was surprised that he scored such a powerful header. Then the second was even more impressive. Everyone has known for ages that he packs so much power in his right foot. But for whatever reason, he doesn't always back himself to take long-range shots. So the fact that he will do those 2 things communicates someone with a lot of desire and motivation, but also confidence stemming from the first goal that he scored. Because I think if he doesn't score that header, he probably doesn't attempt to take that effort with his right foot in that manner. However, this is Marcus Rashford. I mean, he's always been capable of this, but he's that guy who thrives in an environment like this, where he's not the main man, and he's not the guy expected to lead from the front and shoulder the match-winning responsibility. And that's why, if you look at his career at Manchester United, each season where he did well, the next season was a drop-off. He just can't live with the weight of expectations of being the main guy. If he's the player who has to chip in goals to contribute, he can do it. He's a good squad player to have. But he's not a consistent elite performer. So in the game where Lamine Yamal isn't starting and Flick has to rejig things around and move Rafinha to the right, Rashford gets to start, he will deliver for you. This weekend, he may start against Getafe because Bordalas is like the devil's cousin or the devil's twin brother. What Getafe are going to do to Barcelona, they will kick them all over the pitch. And for someone with the injury that Lamine Yamal has, I don't think they
want to risk him.
I don't think it's necessary to risk him. Probably throw him in the second half.
I understand somebody has.
So he may start. Yeah. He may start this game as well. But the unfortunate thing for him is we know Barcelona.
Yeah.
They don't take players on loan and sign them on long-term deals, and so I don't think they are going to keep him on a long-term basis, no matter how well he does. The other thing has to be the fact that even on his slashed wages, for the deal to be made permanent, he would have to take a significant hit on his wages because Barca have got other players that they need to replace. I think this might be Lewandowski's last elite season at the club.
Yeah.
And Barca, in their squad planning, will perhaps be looking at having another centre forward there.
A younger one.
Who can either compete with him and take over the season after next, or who can take over immediately from next.
I understand somebody has joined us via Zoom, so let's try and get to him. Then, Billy, I'll come to you. Yeah. Guys, is the person still on? Can we get in touch with the person? Hello, Jam, can you hear me? All right, I think he's off. But, Billy, you can come in on Marcus Rashford. I think it's good. It's good for him, especially with the World Cup coming up next year. This is how you get yourself into the England squad and make a statement to be part of the first 11. Because, Charlie, that England squad is very competitive, eh?
Yeah, bro. I think Rashford is consistently inconsistent.
Hey, why are they?
As a player.
Boy,
oh, yeah, that's the truth.
Hey.
You know, I always say that a confident and hard-working Rashford can give you 40 goals involvement.
Tattoo na umpe ana earrings na umpe.
40 goal involvement.
Yeah, he had
consistent and hardworking.
I said
Rashford.
If Rashford is being consistent and hardworking, he can give you a 40 goal involvement.
He doesn't have it in him, my brother.
Oh, he has. And he made 35, and everything he made 40. So he has had that season before.
But those are, you see, you're talking a career span of 10 years.
I say he's done it before.
Yeah, but I'm saying that over 10 years, it's only happened twice.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, that he's not actually consistent of him.
Yes, that's the exception rather than the norm.
But, there are certain things that you can't undermine. His talent, he has it. But can Rashford be consistent? That's the problem of him. Because we know Rashford. If he's confident and he's hardworking, he can give you that season. To me, I would say he's a good weapon to be added to the attack of Barcelona, looking at what they have. But I think if Hansi Flick can actually give him the confidence that he needs, he's a good addition to it.
Do you think if he maintains the performance, this level of performance, Barca should seriously consider signing him on a permanent basis?
Highly. Among all the 3 players that they deployed that they wanted to have on the left wing, Rashford was the best profile because he can play around all the 3 front row, either the left, the right, or the centre forward. So in terms of that profile and that addition, he's an important player to be signed.
He's a player that you can deploy him in different positions.
Obviously. We've seen Rashford. He has played at the right, he has played as centre forward, of which sometimes I think his best position has been on the left wing. So I think if you have such a player, it's a good addition.
It is indeed a good addition, no doubt about that. But then, I think about, what's the name, Newcastle themselves. I don't know if sometimes they're just punching above their weight. Is that how it feels? Or this is a good test for them as they try to get into the arena of the big boys?
It is, but I think they've been here before. 2 years ago, they played PSG. They played AC Milan in the Champions League phase as well. So I think they are getting used to these big European nights and the allure it brings.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is the sum of the club's ambition, not least the owners. Yeah. I think they think of this project and see something close to what City have accomplished or an attempt to become that. And that is what should drive their recruitment.
I think no disrespect to Eddie Howe, but if they want to be at the level of, I think you're thinking, which coach can they get? You need a top coach.
It's not a matter of the coach.
You need a top coach, a coach who has won and knows how to win.
Yeah, but
it matters.
I don't think any other coach
Mourinho is done. Someone is mentioning Mourinho.
Look,
Mourinho is finished.
I don't think any other coach gets more out of this squad than Eddie Howe has.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of consistency and adding to the quality they have.
Yeah.
So this summer, if they don't lose Alex Isak and they perhaps get Hugo Ekitike, significantly shifts the paradigm. Because then you have a world-class centre forward and another who is close to the level or is 2 years away from that level. And if you look, pound for pound, Newcastle have as good a midfield as any team in the Premier League.
I do agree.
I don't think they're look, because whatever style you think the best midfield in the league can execute, they can execute theirs as well as the best teams can. And that's how I tend to look at it. Not to look at, say, Man City and say, but can they play as well as the job? Because they are of a completely different profile. So if they had maintained that attack, you perhaps were one fullback and then maybe a centre back or a high quality defender
and a left back
away from but those are not things you can do in one window.
Yeah,
but
you need a proper bench
within. But I'm saying that within a year, you then will begin to lay the building blocks because those qualities are not always the big money signings.
Yeah,
Liverpool got Robertson for £8 million. Within 2 years, he was about the best left back in the world. Yeah, Trent, who for the longest period in the final third of the pitch was without question the best in the world, was an academy graduate. So you could always find solutions with that. But I'm saying that there are watershed moments that you don't miss. And I think that in losing Alexander Isak and not getting Hugo Ekitike, that project is set back a few years.
Well, I understand we have some Zoomers now, and is it Prosper here has joined us? Prosper has joined us. And guys, you can join us on Zoom. Let's hear from you, your preview of the Champions League games this week. Which team stood out for you? Which team are you backing to go all the way in this Champions League campaign? Liverpool had a decent game against Atletico Madrid. Not sure what you think of it. So join us via Zoom. Let's hear from you. Real Madrid, 2 penalties is what it took for them to get the win.
Charlie,
one of the penalties, questionable. That penalty, no. Charlie. Prosper is on. Prosper. Charlie.
Yo.
That's in some way, but it's okay. You I mean, talk your mind.
Charlie,
yeah, Charlie.
We don't get that music crowd.
Charlie. What?
The way Achu is happy sitting there. But he shouldn't count on that.
Prosper, explain what happened. Explain what happened. What happened to you guys?
For 4:30, he go chop 3.
Before that, no. See, Prosper, before you continue, this one, I said it yesterday. I want Man United to lose this game. If you are a United fan, it is in your interest that Chelsea wins this game so that we get rid of that Rubens Cameroon, that Iberian scammer. It's in your interest that United win this game. Chelsea wins this game so that we get rid of this guy.
Look, Charlie, I choose last week. Oh, he go collect. Whether this, Amorim, he's got Pep's playbook.
Charlie, what happened to you guys midweek? You talk to us.
We are not the ones coming to sack their coach for them, please. Prosper, talk for
you. Don't have a choice.
So I think we Chelsea lost the match due to some few reasons, and the first one I'll talk about is the system. You know, Maresca tried that system in the Club World Cup against Flamengo, and we collect 3-1. He tried it against PSG and it worked because PSG plays the same system, and in that system they try to push Hakim forward, and so therefore we have advantage also pushing Gusto forward. But against Bayern Munich doesn't play that system. Their left back and the right back are always constant staying. They are not overlapping, and so playing that system against Bayern Munich, we are going to suffer because I think he's scared that maybe we might lose the match in the midfield. So he has to play with James and Caicedo so that our midfield will be strong. But if you see clearly, he got it wrong. Number 2 is inexperience. Inexperience because if you look at our team, about 5 or 6 players, this is their first time playing Champions League. And the Champions League is high-level football. You have to start, the way you start the game, you have to finish the game that way. You see, Chelsea, I would say they were down after they conceded the 3rd goal. And you could see clearly from the individual mistakes they are doing. What is Chalobah doing? What is Caicedo doing in that penalty box? You lost the ball. Allow the person to go. You see, a player is coming to cover up for him. He saw him. But, you know, Caicedo, he thinks he's in the midfield. That is how he tackles. And that is what play our loss. But I have to tell you that the coach has learned so many things. And in the next match, he's come back strong.
Charlie, Sharp, Prosper. We know we have another guy on Zoom. We'll come to you very shortly. Sorry, what's his name? Yeah, man. Charlie, we can see you. You wear the cap. You look like a United fan. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Apu. Me, United fan. Nah, never, ever.
You know go get safe. You know go get safe. You know go get safe.
Apu me.
Which team do you support? Which team do you support?
It said blue blood, wasn't it? Sure.
Blue blood.
Charlie, they want us to sack their coach for them today.
You are only useful today if you beat United. Otherwise.
Charlie, let's say.
Well, I think I'll thank you for this opportunity. My name is Jonathan. I'm watching you live from Japan.
Sharp.
And shout outs to Billy. Yeah.
Sharp.
Yeah. I had this issue with please, can you give me the guy in the My Island Club, Accra Folk Jesse?
Achu.
Yeah, Mr. Achu, Charlie, more fire. That I think his analysis on Bayern and Chelsea is a bit skewed. I think he was using emotions in his analysis. What does it mean by we know rich? I don't understand that thing that Chelsea no rich. What does it mean? Say we no rich. I don't understand that thing. We no rich. Say what? If we no rich, why would they play the Champions League? Why we be world champions? It be system where the coach go try way I'm for mine. No way, no fight. Way no give me. But But it doesn't mean we no rich, because the likes of Caicedo, the likes of Caicedo, Cole Palmer, and the rest can compete at that level. Maybe it was a bit maybe they have inexperienced that setting, and the coaches approach to also affected us. But it doesn't mean we are not at that level. We are at that level. We have to play at that level, and that's why I agree with Billy's submission. He made a great submission on saying that even the host also said Chelsea competed. It was just that we didn't have our day, that everything went against us, but we really competed. And if we had taken our chances, I think we would have been here talking something different. So I disagree with my colleague, my phobia colleague. Make him not do it so. Make skilled analysis be our Mr. Just do the analysis. Look at the game and do the analysis well. Because after this game, I've watched the game for like 3 times just to get the fair idea of what really happened, what really caused Chelsea's downfall. So I totally disagree with what he's saying.
All right, Charlie. Charlie. Sharp. Seidu is also on. Seidu has also joined us. Seidu, can we hear from you? Seidu. Charlie, Seidu, they do look like. Are they suspect Manchester United?
For now, Chelsea.
Why every Zuma be having United fan?
Charlie,
why?
So not any behave. They call and they will mind you. Sir, Seidu, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning, Seidu. Let's hear from you. Are you a United fan?
Charlie, Seidu, turn your camera on. Are
you a United fan?
Please, no.
Which club do you support?
Chelsea.
I support Real Madrid.
Charlie, when I have 2 penalties and I'm winning, once too much, Madrid for.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. I just want to touch on the issue of Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. I did watch the game from the first minute to 19 minutes. I think the Chelsea coach made a mistake by playing Luis James. I don't know whether he was a winger or he played him in the midfield. I can't quite tell. But knowing very well that Bayern Munich have one of the best wingers currently in Europe, you know that they will be isolating your fullback. You wouldn't get that, contribution from fullback going forward. You also needed to go with, a typical wingers who can also trouble their defense, knowing very well that this Bayern defense, they are not that great. If you put a lot of pressure on them, they are likely to make mistakes and you capitalize on that. I don't know why the coach decided to play only one winger in the name of Pedro Neto Oli, leaving Cole Palmer, who was to operate from the right. We also know that it's very good when you operate from the number 10 position. So I think the Chelsea coach made a huge mistake.
What about your team? What about Madrid? Are you happy with the way your team is playing? Can you win the Champions League this kind of performance? Penalties. Enkoyo. Muncheye pa Madrid. Muncheye. Zaidu, are you happy with your team?
I'm not that happy because I know that we still have problems in the defense. And even in the midfield, we don't have a holding midfielder who can, hold the ball for long and distribute passes to the right players at the right time. So I think we are struggling, but we hope for the better. But a lot needs to be done because if we continue with this performance, I doubt if we can win major trophies this season. But let's hope for the better. That's what I hope for.
All right, guy, you are biased, pa. You see your bias.
What have I done?
You where you lose, you are comfortable and you are consoling yourself with we did well and the boys were tired.
Is it not true they got 2 penalties?
They won.
Hey, Chema, is it not true
they won?
Chema, hey,
give me
Madrid's highlights. You might kind of that match was supposed to be a draw.
You competed with.
Check. It was supposed to be a draw.
Check the XG for
that Vinicius penalty.
Check
it's not a penalty.
XG, I agree. But
so what's the problem?
In the end, they
highlight number. Vinicius penalty.
In the end, they won.
It's
not a penalty. But they've won.
They've won.
Why are you trying to make them feel bad about the fact that
didn't we lose? In the end, didn't we lose?
Misery loves company. That's what you are doing.
We will.
Misery loves
company. Didn't we lose? We lost.
Misery. It loves company. That's what you are trying to do.
Sebili, Madrid
You have lost.
I think one thing
you want to console yourself by the
Alonso
fact that
is trying
someone
to
also should have lost.
I didn't
so
say
you are telling them to feel bad about their win.
Please, when fans say I didn't say they should have.
Very diabolical guy.
I said they don't deserve.
They have won.
Razak, I think what Alonso is doing now is to prioritize results over performance. I think this is
the penalty.
Yeah, sometimes
he needs the results.
And that's something that you need to be worrying about Alonso, because in 11 games, this is the 4th red card they've gotten.
And it's bad behavior.
Their centre backs.
Bad attitude. Senior man Kabaya, see what.
But you are losing with 11 men.
See what
all
they did.
11 men.
Senior man Kabaya. See. Why do you do this?
That was unprofessional.
All 11 men were on the pitch. And
no. Actually, relax. Let's be very objective.
Even with the Real Madrid.
I'm coming. You see, I'm coming.
Exactly.
Please take the highlights to the back.
Even with the Real Madrid game, the referee made 2 mistakes. The red card was not a red card. The penalty was not. The second penalty was not a penalty.
I mean, look at it. That's the highlight. The highlight is on your screen.
Typical debits and credits that the referee.
Look at it. How is this a penalty?
He makes
the guy mistake. So what will happen
now
when he's falling down? His hands should be.
Let me explain the 2 decisions to you and why the referee got this wrong. The convention has been that when a player shows a sign of aggression or headbutts, get into that position, the convention has been to show the aggressor the red card. However, in this case, there was no real risk of injury. There was no use of aggressive or excessive force. So the threshold for violent conduct was not even met.
But he was headbutting the guy.
He didn't. That's a point for me. I'm saying that the rules are clear. So even if you want to go by the letter of the law, which is a strict application
at worst, you should have gotten what? A yellow card?
Yes.
All right. Let's go to the
caution. Is the penalty, even for the penalty, the second one, per convention and per the law, if the ball touches another part of the body in close proximity to the arm, it's not a foul. Unless, of course, the arm was moving away from the rest of the body towards the ball. Then you can say this one, he's made his body larger than usual to make contact. But this one, unless the referee expected the guy to chop off his arm, there is no way that should have been.
Falling.
There's no way that should have been.
That's why I was making the point. We'll see, hey, me the day because yes, Chelsea. I mean,
you see,
Premier League games coming up today. Liverpool versus Everton today. Early kickoff.
Easy win.
11:30. Everton, David Moyes will do the job, no doubt about it. Brighton versus Spurs. I think it's going to be a good game. Brighton versus Spurs. Charlie, Billy, you get predictions. Brighton versus Spurs. Both teams to score guaranteed. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
Both teams do score.
Yeah.
They are free-flowing score team, like a scoring team, and I think look at what Fabian Husler is trying to do with the setup of Brighton.
Yeah.
I think I always say they have one of the best scouting team, and even their coaches. Because after Porter, look at they brought Roberto De Zerbi. Now this guy, a good job that he did with St. Pauli at the Bundesliga too. So I think what Thomas Frank is also doing, he has a good attack.
Thomas Frank, he needs to be careful about Mohamed Kudus.
Right.
In what way?
He's not playing close to goal enough. And it makes me uncomfortable. Yes, the game time is good, but he's reduced him to a supplier. So Kudus gets the ball and he either has to send in a cross.
Season, we look at his numbers, it's like...
So can I tell you something? I think that's what it was, the hiccup about Kudus. Trying to release the ball was always his problem. Kudus, it's a very fantastic footballer.
That's a different issue for me.
Well, I'm trying to
if I look at
Kudus'
skill set, I think the best use of him is for him to play closer to goal, closer to the strike.
I want to get predictions from the guys on Zoom. Is it Prosper, Seydu, and John? They're all on. All right, guys, let me start with Prosper. Prosper, let me do 2 games with you. Give me predictions for 2 games I'm going to pick on the screen, all right? And I hope you can hear me, Prosper. Prosper,
I can hear you.
So I've got Burnley, Nottingham Forest. What's your prediction for that game?
Nottingham Forest will win.
All right. No, okay, give me scoreline. Scoreline prediction. Let's see. Maybe correct score.
You want scoreline?
Yeah, it's
okay. 3-2.
3-2.
Hey.
Forest.
Yeah, in favor of Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Because I know Pochettino is going to open his defense and he's going to concede, but he scored more.
All right, great. Let's take the next game. Then I'll come to my brother in Japan. Can I have the fixtures back, guys, please? Can I have the fixtures back? I can see the fixtures. All right, so the fixtures are going to come back, and then we'll get into them very shortly.
Great. Liverpool, Everton.
Yeah.
I'm suspecting that we are going to experience the first early kickoff upset today.
Judy Buta. Charlie, let me do the next game with you. Let me do the next game with you. West Ham versus Crystal Palace. What will be your correct score for that? Prosper.
West Ham Crystal Palace. 2-0 in favor of Crystal Palace.
All right, great. Now let me come to sorry, John, right? Is it John? Joe, great. Joe, let me do Wolves versus Leeds with you. What's your prediction?
A tight game. I think I'll go for a draw.
A draw, Wolves versus Leeds. Yeah. But are you expecting both teams to score though?
No, I don't expect any score. I don't see them scoring.
So goalless draw, right? Then
yeah,
you have the chance of Manchester United versus Chelsea.
Oh, it's a 3-0 win for Chelsea.
Hey,
emotions coming. Emotions starting.
It's not an emotional analysis. This one is not an emotional analysis. I like it because that is the kind of scoreline that will get Amorim out of the job.
Seydu, let me bring you in, Seydu. Seydu, let's do Fulham versus Brentford. What's your prediction?
I would say 2-1 to Fulham.
Okay, 2-1 for Fulham. Then Seydu, still with you, Bournemouth versus Newcastle.
Wow, that's it. Yeah. 2-1 in favor of Bournemouth.
2-1 in favor of Bournemouth. Great. Then I have a brother who is also in a Chelsea jersey there. Today, Charlie, my brother, so this is to you. Can you tell us your name and where you're joining us from so that I can come to you very quickly, please?
Okay. My name is Isaac Abbas, coming from Upper East Boku.
All right, wonderful. All the way in Boko. Charlie, we thank God for the peace in Boko at the moment. Now, let's do Sunderland versus Aston Villa. Prediction.
Sunderland 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Not bad, not bad. Okay, you have the big one. The big one. Arsenal versus Manchester City.
Arsenal 2-1 against Man City.
Hey.
Possible.
Not bad. I'm surprised you're a Chelsea fan. You're wishing well for Arsenal. I tell you, Abbas, Arsenal, we don't want anything good for Arsenal. They cannot win the league. They must stay where they are. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me come to the studio and let's do some, is it quick predictions we've got, right? Guys, Achu, pick any of, okay, I think the big game is Arsenal Manchester City. You're not going to talk about the United game. You're not going to talk about United
Chelsea
game.
win.
I know where you stand. Let's do
No, Chelsea win. I want Chelsea to win that game. Don't come and ask me about objectivity here because me too, I be human being. My interest is that Amorim, that Iberian scammer, he needs to go. And for that to happen, Chelsea needs to win.
But Charlie, if you sack Amorim, who do you want to come in?
That is a problem for tomorrow.
Actually,
you should have a solution.
Actually, the thing is, currently, United are not ready to sack Amorim.
No, you see, that's why I'm saying we need results that will force their hand. Ineos don't look like even after Chelsea, they will not sack him immediately after that game. Even if United
given 3 games,
even if United loses, but it will add up, and eventually their hands will be forced.
In the same spirit, in the same spirit where you are impressing on Ineos to sack Amorim, I'm also asking you, who should replace Amorim?
Well, options day.
Who?
There's Iraola.
You want him?
There's Iraola.
Him? You want to make he can coach United?
See,
you know, he talk say he no reach. You know,
let me tell you something.
He reached United level.
Let me tell you something. There is a way the big boys operate. Each time a big club has been in a sticky wicket, they move heaven and earth to get who they want, to get them out of it, even if it is for a year or 2. When Real Madrid were making the Champions League round of 16 their limits for God knows how long, they went to Inter Milan, tore up Jose Mourinho's contracts, fresh from winning the Champions League, and then they hired him. Bayern Munich, after years of flirting in the Europa, Chelsea were beating Bayern 4-1 somewhere in 2007 or so in the Champions League. They decided that, you know what, let's behave the way big boys behave. They went for Louis van Gaal within a year, Champions League final. 2 years later, they had won the competition. Liverpool, the jump from also runs nearly men to competing for the title, making 3 Champions League final appearances in 5 years, all happened because they decided to start acting like the big club that they were in ditching.
If United is to act as a big club, which coach should they go in there?
That's why I'm saying that options
and bring him in.
He's in Saudi Arabia.
Who?
Oh, Simone Inzaghi. He was my option from the very day they decided to sack Eric Ten Hag.
I think he'll be interested though.
He's a very good manager.
I think he'll be interested.
And me, I'm tired of all of this idea, philosophy. You see, the thing about Amorim, man, you know, Richard, you don't finish learning. So the only thing he knows, look, give me 30 seconds to make.
You don't finish learning. You don't finish school.
Give me 30 seconds to make this. You see the observations everyone has made about Man United and the way they play.
Yeah.
Against City. City were pressing with 4 against United's 2. Each time United had the ball, Bruno and Ugarte were suffocated. Everything that Bruno said in that post-game interview, everything you have seen, everything I have seen, Amorim knows it, perhaps in a more detailed manner. The difference, however, is that unlike the rest of us, it is Amorim and every coach's job to not only observe emerging trends from his team, but come up with the solutions that will also restore balance. Because when you fix it, it is not the end of it. You need to fix it, but also be able to achieve balance so that other aspects of your roof are not leaking just because you patched one side. It is that bit that Amorim cannot do. So it's not like he's not intelligent enough to see. He sees the flaws in his idea, but because he's not experienced enough, he's not rich.
He be stubborn.
And he's not stubborn.
He's too stubborn.
Look, there is one thing being stubborn.
Actually,
stubbornness is the Pep Guardiola kind where he's used to one way of doing things.
Let me defend where I'm
hold on.
From. Okay.
Even if you want Pep to make changes, he will make changes within the context of his philosophy. That's a stubbornness. Then there is the guys who know rich, like Amorim. What he knows is what he's preaching. It is not like he has tested a different set of ideas in a different environment so he can draw from that experience. No, it is not stubbornness. He is very limited.
Billy, you have the last word.
I do agree with Ashu that I will know rich. That one day, let's see by facts. You know rich. Practically, I just don't enjoy coaches who normally come outside the top 5 European leagues. Because Eric Ten Hag actually failed at United. Amorim has showing glimpses of what also failing in terms of statistics. But my point is, Amorim knows very well that Bruno is a 10. He's a 10, not a controller. That aspect of which he keeps, putting that guy, because if we put Bruno at that space, that is risky of setting up the team. He loses the ball and always places the defense at danger. That aspect alone, I think Amorim is trying to be stubborn. We had actually needed to go for a controller this very summer. It was key to the setup. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So you've seen that the way you're putting the guy is not working.
It's not working.
But still, you're putting it there.
Bruno not be controller.
Stubborn.
He be risky player.
Stubborn.
Yet you keep playing him.
I saw ding.
I'm worried now because sometimes now, isn't it?
It's not I say Chelsea, Copa, I'm going to know. I am Papa, but what will it be? One will show more. One will say, and call.
No.
Ever call?
No.
Amorim.
For real.
Chelsea needs to win this game.
I actually could win. You didn't hear.
This one, it will be crock the jump. Because
you make it win.
United won't go anywhere under Amorim.
Oh, we go up the what champions be at. We go up them.
And you know what takes United closer to life without Amorim.
You know what?
If you are a United fan.
Actually, you know what? I have to be very honest with you. I have to be very, very honest with you. And in being very honest with you, I can perceive that if you give Amorim a chance, have you seen what is behind you? Look at what is behind you. Oh, just look.
How will you?
Oh, to us.
What's that?
He will sort you out.
But people, if you lose to United,
you see the same person. You see the same person.
Prosper. And our friend from Japan.
I think he said Joe.
Joe.
I don't know.
And all the Chelsea fans. Me, I want you to win. But if you lose to United, next week, don't come.
Don't come.
Like, go on leave.
Charlie.
Because if you lose to United, that's 3 consecutive games without a win.
We are tired.
Brentford, Bayern.
We are tired. We are tired.
And that's actually not good for the
we are tired.
Just win.
Hey, if Chelsea doesn't win, we are tired. If we win, we are the world champions. So we'll be back next week. Take good care of yourselves.